Hello, my name is Emily Jernett. I'm a member of Team 7961 Notre Dame, and today I will be showing you how to do sketches and basic drawings and design in Fusion 360. So I always recommend starting off the sketch. Today we're going to be drawing, let's say, a basic claw that can connect to a servo hub from GoBuilder. So first off, let's just draw out a basic outline of a claw. We're going to go with a kind of triangular shaped size. So you can always type in like certain distances, 0.5, and then you have your angles. Let's go with 120. Oh, I just passed it. And 120.4 is good enough. And then we'll go back like here, like that, and then let's call it. That'll be good. And then we're going to go 90 degrees out at 0.4. Boom, boom, boom. That's close enough. It's not very perfect, but that tells you it's parallel. You could have done a little bit more, but yeah. And now let's say we want to copy the exact same thing to the other side. We can hit the mirror button. I'm sorry, I moved my webcam so y'all can see. Probably should have had it down here the entire time. Oh well. Now we can mirror. So we're going to catch mirror. And now see it says objects to select. You can highlight. So this is usually the best. Actually, I forgot. It's a little bit different. You need to draw yourself a mirror line when you want to mirror. So mirror, escape. There's your mirror line. This is not important. You'll probably delete this later. I keep it in until I'm done sketching though. Like that. Then select your mirror line. Boom. And look, it'll put it right on the other side. This is basically your axes like the other mirror for parts, but flat because there's only one. You're drawing in 2D. Okay. Then we're going to hit finish sketch. And now, usually, I'm going to use a pretty good button, extrude. Extrude's a really good button to use. Uh, just pulls whatever size you want it to be. You can angle it if you want to, like out or inwards. I never really tend to do that. Actually, yeah, let's not do that. We're going to do just normal. Uh, don't do, see over here it says new body. Never really do new bodies. It's really difficult to move new bodies. Always try to change it to new components. It makes life a lot easier. Bodies are a little bit different. So then you're gonna hit OK. And you got your things. Now let's say we want to round out these edges because they're kind of rough. We're gonna fillet. I don't know how you pronounce it, but that's what I'm gonna call it. You can click on multiple sides like that, and then you can even click on these inside ones. You can do them singular at a time or one at a time. I doesn't really matter, but it helps. There we go. Looks like we're not going to be able to do them all at once. Let's cancel. We'll retry that. Let's just do these corners, and then we'll do the insides. There we go. Boom, like that. And then I'll show you another cool tool real quick. You can also do this tool, just chamfer, one of my favorite tools to getting stuff fitting right. It just cuts off the edge. You can do one side where it's equal distance or two distance, where you can change it like how deep it goes, like that. I'm gonna do that there. Okay, and now it's actually filleted its insides, so we can get it to be more smooth. See, much nicer looking, isn't it? Now we have this. We're gonna, let's say we want to attach it to a, 1 second. We're gonna go back to my actual, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. While that's uploading, you always need to do a sketch of your item beforehand when you're trying to attach something. So you want to attach it to a hub, you need to come over here and look at the schematics. See, it says it's 16 millimeter parts from each hole to hole. So you best thing to do is honestly you click once that's downloading. You can make sure you have to save the design before you can drag anything from over here in. So we're just going to call this claw prototype. So, see, it's loading there now. It shows up. Now you'll be able to drag and drop this in. And let's move it to where we want it. Is it not high enough up? Why isn't it? Okay, I accidentally grabbed the wrong arrow there. That sometimes happens. And when you're moving items, make sure you're always on components, and you can try these other ones, but this one usually is the best. All right, there we go. Enter. And then I like to do this sometimes when I'm trying to CAD parts. You can extrude off of other things like this. It's glitching out a little bit. I'll say it's a new body, that's probably why. Let's cancel. Let's try that again. Capture position. Sometimes it lets you extrude off these. Yeah, that will work too. And you can do that and it will join. See, there you go. Like that's connecting. You can make it look a little nicer. This is just a really, really rough sketch. Obviously, you would have a pre-drawn out plan before this. So you hit OK, boom. So now you have a component that's attached. So these aren't actually attached. If you want them to be attached, you're going to need to combine them. So you're going to collect this body and this body. And see, you actually can use this to cut out. Like, let's say you want to cut this hole out of there. You can also click cut. No, cut a hole. Or you can just intersect, which I don't really know what that does. Join, and you can click new component. You really don't need to. It'll just combine these two for you. And boom, look, you gotta, they're connected. All connected. I don't know why this one's connected to it, but it says it is. It says there's a body. It usually doesn't do that. Just delete this body. Never mind, don't do that. See, that's why bodies are a little weird. I don't recommend doing bodies. Usually doesn't do that. See, if you want to get rid of this, sometimes I'll just make a box for a sketch so I can mirror it. This is usually the easiest way to delete stuff. You can also cut stuff away with extrude. Extrude is one of your easiest tools you're going to get. I wouldn't make this long, actually. So you can come down in here and edit your timeline. So this is where I extruded that original part. Because there's the edit feature. I extruded a little too long. I don't like how long it is. I'm going to go over here. It's going to be join. And then boom. See? There we go. And then you can also, which I would recommend doing, you can lay those out, give a little bit more support going. It doesn't like going too far because of the chamfer that we did earlier. And then you can always do one of these if you want to. Maybe you'll have a chamfer. Sometimes you got to play with it. It can, but I don't recommend doing it. I think leaving it as best as possible. So there, and now I'm going to show you how to mirror again. It's pretty simple. Create's where you're going to find all your things like that. Oh, I'll show you how to do holes also. Holes, and then I'll show you how to draw up a thing for a schematic if you want to put like holes in something. Yeah, we're going to mirror this. Components, both of them, your plane. Obviously, I want this plane because I'm making two things. Boom. There you go. There's your claw type looking thing. Let's say you want to like attach something to the claw right here. Let's say you wanted to attach let's go over to, let's say this is just reference. Don't think this is as like the mount for something else. You wanted to attach like a hub, servo hub to directly this, and you didn't want to stretch out a hub or whatever for it. So you can go click on something on a face, and you can always create a sketch on it. Now, let's say it said 16 millimeters apart. I think I'm in inches, so obviously you're going to have to go to Google and type in 16 inches. There you go. Just Control C that bad boy. And then you'll go here. Now, let's say we want to do that. Let's put our first hole here. Let's take our first hole is going to be here. And it's always 1.158 because you need some tolerance. Tolerance is a big key. So always like around up when you're making holes. Usually for screw holes, I do 1.158 for go build parts, the screws, because that's M4. And like bearings, I do 0.555. Just leave some room, look up some tolerances. Usually it's preference. So do that. And then so now you want to figure out how to do this. Schematic, Control V, boom, Control V, boom, Control V. Let's actually Control C. I accidentally Control. Let's come back. Control C, Control V, boom, and it should make a box. You can either put whole circles in it from the sketch like I did, which is pretty simple. Put too many periods there. And finish sketch, or you can go into here in the hole and you can do a little bit more fancier things with it. Like you can have a counter bore, countersink. You can play with it tapped. I mean, you can tap your holes, but like with your 3D printing parts, I mean, you don't need to be tapped because you can just make it a little bit smaller and then self tap. You can also do multiple holes or single holes, so you can like click them both there. You can even click on there if you want to, but you can also extrude with those. I'll show you how to extrude with them. You can make it angled or drilled. I always do flat, make sure it's flat. Make it a normal, simple hole. Let's make it the right. Zoom in. I don't know why it's okay. It's stuck on usually. Oh, because it's tapped. Sorry. That's why I was doing that. I clicked too many settings. There we go. Boom. There's those holes. See, sometimes when you put holes in, your sketches go away. Don't worry. You can just come back up here and click sketch. And then you can also extrude them. Click on all these. It's just whatever you find simpler at the time. Sometimes they won't work. Sometimes they do. You know, so a lot of times it's just playing around, figuring it out. And then sometimes there's harder like things like there's split, draft is a little hard. Scale's a good card. I'll show you how to do scale. You can click on it, you make it uniform or not, it just makes it bigger or not. Pretty self-explanatory. Measuring, this is a good measuring tool. You want to figure out how far apart things are. Boom, boom. It tells you 1.46 inches. A lot of it's just playing around. You'll get the hang of it, but the main tools are sketch and obviously extrude. Press pull is extrude, but it doesn't always like do it correctly. It will sometimes fillet. It's just a little bit. You can use it if you want. I really tend to stay away from it. Construct offset planes. You can make a sketching surface. So like say you want to sketch up in the air a little bit. Boom, you can make a plane up here, and then you can sketch off of it. Pretty self-explanatory. Um, you don't even know that yet. That's a little bit more advanced. That's pretty much it. This is Evan D. Jordan from Team 7961. Have a blessed day.